Hi, Sharon Graves, paintingwithacrylics101.com. And I'm in my studio today, and I'm going to give you a few tips on what kind of things you need as you learn how to draw. I have a number of books here. This is a sketchbook. It's got the spiral binding on it, and it's kind of a heavy paper. Let's see here, what does it say? It's there's 100 sheets in there, and it's like a 5.5 by 8.5, and it tells you on the front what it's good for. Drawing, charcoal, pastel, pen and ink. It's not really good for watercolor or anything like that because it's just not heavy enough. For anything like that to paint on, you need 140 pounds paper. This is doesn't say on the front exactly what it is. I have had this book for years, and it's got boatloads of stuff in it. All kinds of sketches and drawings and things I've been trying to work out. But it's a good small little size for something to work on easily. Now here is another thing. This is a scribble pad, and the paper is kind of like newsprint. It's fairly thin. Your pencil would pop through that if you were working on a table that had a tablecloth or something, but it's inexpensive, and you can use it for drawing, for sketching. It's great for rubbing, coins, stencils, leaves, etch stones, anything like that, that you wanted to do a rubbing on, and it's good enough to get started with. It's probably just a couple of bucks at any Walmart, Target, anything like that. Now if you wanted to get serious about drawing, this is a drawing sketch pad, and it is 9 inches by 12 inches. Now it does not also say how heavy the paper is. The heavier the paper, the thicker it's going to be, and more uses that you have for it. But this is pretty smooth, so that's kind of good that you don't feel like you have to fight the tooth of the paper. Sometimes if you work off of a canvas paper, it's so rough that you feel like you're fighting it. So you want something that specifically says drawing or sketching pad. It's going to be smoother. I really like this size here. I can work out problems of a painting or a drawing on that. So I like having something that's like 9 by 12 at a minimum. Now I know this is kind of pathetic looking, but these are the pencils that I use. I had to hold them in there. And this is my kneaded eraser. It does exactly what it says. You knead it and it erases. Now you can put it in any shape you want. The reason I had it long like that, because it fits in that pencil box, and I can close the lid and just take it with me. Take my little sketchbook and my little tin of pencils here, and I can take it on the road. So whenever I go someplace, I can take a little something with me. Now this is a set of pencils that I buy for my students, and they are, let's see here, sketch pencil set. There's 12 of them in there. It's the Fine Touch, and they were $5, and so they have various sizes in here. Hard, H is hard, B is soft. The higher the number, either the softer it gets or the harder it gets. If it's an H1, it's hard. If it's an H5, it's really hard. You're going to get a really good fine line. It's going to get very light. If it were an B1, it's soft. You're going to get a soft line. If it's a B8, you're going to get something very, very dark. So you want a mixture of drawing pencils. You don't want 8 of one kind. And then there is also these polymer erasers. Personally, I have 2 of them, and I've never used them. So this is one of the things I think you can do without. You really need some decent sketch paper, a variety of pencils, 8 to 10 different kinds of pencils, and a kneaded eraser. Your kneaded eraser comes in a package like this. It's square, it's got the cellophane on it. So you can go to your big box store, your art department, and find a sketch pad, a set of various sizes in pencils, and 1 kneaded eraser, and that's all you need. Probably under $12. You can get everything and get going, start learning how to draw. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you would hit the thumbs up button, I sure would appreciate it. And if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be super. We'd love to have you, and I hope to have a lot of different types of videos for drawing and painting. So once again, Sharon Graves, Painting with Acrylics 101.com.